Mr. Fairclough?
Shut your face. Hey, listen, we can't stand in middle of the street chewing the fat, can we? I mean, anything's likely to happen.
Hey, listen, why don't we nick down to the Rovers? Mrs. Walker will have had a pill. She'll be out like a light tonight.
That sounds like a very
Get
good
out of
idea.
bed. Shut up, you.
Come on.
She's snoring her head off. Hey, fancy a drop of scotch?
Hey, you don't phone today, Fred?
Yeah, it'll help kill the pain.
Not mine, it won't.
Hey, come on, let's sit down. I'm freezing.
Right then, lads. What's the story?
Oh, it's like we got beamed off to another planet.
Yeah, and they took one look at us and sent us back.
She's no laughing matter, you know. There's no to laugh at. I'm up to here with Rita as it is. Or is that what you're laughing at? You set me up in this, didn't you? You set me up.
Shut up, will you?
Just calm down, will you? Look, arguing's going to get us nowhere.
Can't help it, mate, if you're married and we're not.
Yeah, well, let's just think things out.
All I can think of is what Ivy's going to do to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all up the same creek.
Except them, they've got flipping paddles, haven't they?
Oh, give over, Len, will you?
Look, we're thinking, Len, but it's not easy, is it? There's 3 separate disappearing acts. There's him who went out to let the new year in and never bothered coming back. Then there's him that went out to look for him. Then there's us 3. And somehow we all gang up together and disappear. It's not easy.
Look, why don't we just tell the truth, you know what I mean? I mean, say that we got invited to the party. There's no need to tell lies, is there?
Oh, no, there's no need to tell lies. Just tell him we got invited by these 15 possessive women.
Yeah. We'll lock the front door and put the Coldstream Guards on the back door.
And kept us there till 7 o'clock in the morning, despite our screams for help, which, come to think of it, I don't remember hearing.
You say what you like to your Mrs. Meggs. It makes no difference to me. It drops you in it, though, doesn't it, Fairclough?
Hey, how about we say that Alf got mugged?
Why me?
Well, because you were the first out. I mean, you started the whole thing, didn't you? Yeah, we say he got mugged. We get on to the coppers, eh?
Hey, hang on. I'd rather not get the police involved in this.
Wait a minute. No. Alf slips on the curb, hits his head. I nick round to Bessie Street. I'll let the phone booth there and ring for an ambulance.
Hey, why didn't you come back in here and phone?
Well, I don't want to worry your missus.
Oh, that's great, that is, Fred. That's why we were out till 7:30 in the morning.
Hang on, Eddie. No, give it a chance. Just as the ambulance arrives, you lot do, so we all go together to the hospital. How's that?
It's going to work, this, you know. He gets mugged. And we try and get him into casualty, but we can't, because it's chock-a-block in there.
Because that's true, because they always are at holiday times, aren't they?
Well, it's a season of goodwill, isn't it? It's all them stabbings and GBHs and that.
Exactly.
Yeah, by the time we get him into casualty, of course, he's got to queue up and get into X-ray, hasn't he?
That's it.
But they give him a clean bill of health, and when we bring him home here.
Right.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, can you think of anything better?
Oh, it's all we've got. Alf.
Look, all you've got to do is say your head's hurting.
It is hurting.
Well, there you are, then.
Right, have we finished?
Yeah.
Let's get down to details.
Morning.
Hello, love. Come in. Go and get yourself a cup. Is your dad up yet?
No, he's fast asleep.
Right, well, leave him where he is. He needs more sleep than what I do. He always has.
People sleep too much, you know.
Pardon?
People sleep too much.
Ah, it's you youngsters at it worst. That paper lad of ours, he's always oversleeping.
I've never overslept.
Oh, well, that's because you're intelligent, isn't it?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I mean, you're eager, aren't you? Eager to learn things, you know. I always said that them who sleeps too much are turning their back on the world.
Like Dad.
Oh, no, I didn't mean him in particular.
But you do think he's turning his back on the world a bit.
Oh, well, he's got so much to turn his back on, hasn't he?
You're not as big a loon as you look, are you?
No, don't you be so cheeky. When are you going back?
You want rid of me?
No, of course I don't want to be rid of you. I'm just asking a straightforward question.
I see. Well, I'll stay as long as you'll have me. For a few days anyway, I've got to get back for school.
Aye. Where are you going today?
Oh, I thought about going to see Deirdre's little girl.
Aye.
What do you think of her?
She's a nice little thing.
You're not a loon, are you? I didn't mean Tracy, I meant Deirdre.
Well, that's had nothing to do with me. You're up early.
Yes, well, I couldn't sleep, could I? Happy New Year.
Hey? Oh, yes, Happy New Year to you, Mrs. Sharpless.
Well, I'll leave you to it. No doubt I shall find out what happened in good time, but there are times when a husband and wife are best left on their own, and I'm getting too old to duck. Shall I turn your sound round, please, check up? Yes, if you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Sharpless.
I bet you're worried.
Up to a point. And then we decided that 5 grown men couldn't slip off the face of the earth. So, we drew a few conclusions. What's your story?
Well, I've been in hospital, haven't I?
Hospital?
Oh, nothing to worry about.
What were you doing in hospital?
I fell, and the lads took me down to casual. You know, just general.
And you've been there all this time?
Oh, you should have seen it, love. We were packed out. I mean, I had to wait ages to get my head examined, and then I had to wait again to go into X-ray. And just as I was going in for my X-ray, there was a fella came in with GBH.
What's GBH?
You know.
Do you mean grievous bodily harm?
Aye. Anyway, they had to deal with him first, naturally.
And it took till this time?
Oh, you should have seen it, love. It was packed out. There was fellas in there with knives sticking out of their backs. Anyway, when I got into X-ray, they said there was nothing wrong, like it was all right.
You fell over, you say?
Yeah, well, I slipped. I must have passed out for a few seconds, and the lads, you know, they called an ambulance. Like, it was very good of them to go with me at all, you know.
Why didn't they phone Rovers?
Well, they thought it might worry you.
Yes, it did worry us, and we got even more worried as the hours went by.
Yeah, well, they thought of that. But they couldn't get near the phone, you see. They were queuing 3 deep.
These fellas with knives stuck in their backs?
Aye. No, the relatives.
You didn't have any relatives there, did you, love?
No, but I've got the fellas, bless them.
Yes, well, why didn't the fellas, bless them, come round to Rovers to tell us what was going on? Good heavens, it's only half a mile away, and it doesn't take 4 of them to look after you, especially when there's no wrong.
Well, I think they were very worried.
I'll bet they were. So, that's it then, is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the old story.
Tommy Cooper couldn't tell a story as daft as that. Did you listen to what you were saying? Already, it's only the 1st of January and you're the champion liar of 1980.
Well, why should I lie to you?
I don't know. God knows. I don't know, but you are. You're running true to form. Have you looked at your track record lately? I mean, we won't talk about my Christmas present, which I'm still waiting for. We won't talk about New Year's Eve, when I had a good booking at the Gatsby. Only you turned it down because you said we were booked in at a posh do, only we weren't booked in. And we ended up spending New Year's Eve in the Rovers. Or rather, I did.
You know, for one who wasn't going to mention it, you're making a hell of a lot of noise.
I'm still waiting, Len. You are my husband, in spite of the way you're behaving. And when you leave me flat for 7.5 hours, I'm entitled to a decent explanation and not some bloody fairy story.
Right, to hell with you. I'll tell you.
Hello, love.
Don't you hello me, you. I've been worried sick. Where have you been?
I've been to hospital.
Hospital? What you gone there for?
Well, it wasn't me. It was Alf. It was Alf.
You stop where you are, I'm coming down.
Better get my story right. Let me see. There was Alf fell on the floor and cracked his head, and Fred came up. And he found him and said he'd phone the ambulance, and he did. And we came as the ambulance came, and there was me, and there was Alpha and Len and Fred and I. And I said, and she.
Well?
I didn't want to come up, love, because I thought you might be asleep. You see.
I asked you a question, Bert.
Yes. We went to a party in Bessie Street. Now, this
this boy you brought home last night, Roy, was it?
Oh, he was nice.
Yes, well, that's as may be. But the house was empty.
I know.
And what is more, you knew it was going to be empty. Yes, well, I was just wondering if you knew what might have happened.
You mean sex or violence?
Well, I wouldn't put it quite so bluntly myself, but yes, I was thinking about violence.
I see. Well, he brought me home, so I made him a cup of coffee, nothing else. Hope that takes care of one half your worries. As far as the violence is concerned, I spent most of the evening with him. You can get to know someone pretty well most of an evening.
Well, you can't be sure. He might have been drinking.
He doesn't drink and he doesn't smoke. He's trained to be a pharmacist. He's a perfect gentleman. I don't suppose I'll ever meet him again.
All right, well, that takes care of him, but, do you do this sort of thing in Glasgow?
No, but then I wouldn't want to upset Gran. I brought boys home sometimes when she's been in, but never when she's been out.
Well, then why do you do it here?
Because I thought you'd be different. You've been a teacher and now you run a community centre. You should know that not all teenagers smoke pot, carry knives and sleep around.
I know there's a lot who do. I know how easy it is to mix with them.
Dad, I won't promise I'll never do anything daft, but I'll never do anything stupid.
All right. Just see that you don't, eh?
Doing now?
Yakking. I hope they're looking.
Keep you awake.
Let him look.
Hey, listen, look, don't take this the wrong way. But I decided to tell Rita the truth. I mean, I thought there's no point in lying. These things happen, so blow it.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, I did the same.
You did?
I did.
I didn't know.
Oh, there you go. Great minds think alike.
You see, I thought of it this way. They might have found out the truth eventually, and if we'd have told them a pack of lies, they might have just thought we were frightened of them.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell her everything. I didn't tell the whole truth. I mean, I didn't tell them we were out with another lot of women.
Well, no, I mean, there's no point in rubbing it in.
No, well, I mean, it doesn't do, does it, to, tell them everything?
Of course not.
No.
Well, he just poured his heart out.
Well, there's not much to pour, is there? I mean, you know where they were. Molly Coggins, Bessie Street. She always has a big do on New Year's Eve. She said she couldn't get rid of them till the last drop plopped out of the last bottle. I got it out of her when she came in shop this morning. I also got your elf's tie.
Well, I'll not embarrass him with it now. I'll slip it into his wardrobe later.
Good job it weren't Lend. I'd strangle him with it.
Oh, glad to have your husbands back then, are you?
Marvellous, Hilda. After getting rid